Hello and welcome. Today I would like to talk to you about the difference between desires and attachments. And so I have heard from different people, and there are some, misunderstandings within certain religious texts about desires. And the idea that desire is the root of conflict, is the root of our suffering, right? And I find this an interesting statement because I do not see this physical reality existing without desires, right? What I mean by that is, even if you desire to not desire, you're still fulfilling a desire, right? Even if you're doing nothing and sitting down, then you're desiring to do nothing and sit down, right? And so I don't think there's an escape from desire, and I don't see why we would want to escape from desire. I think desires are such a beautiful way to experience the infinite amount of experiences on this earth, in this physical existence, right? But the suffering comes in when we attach to these desires. And there's a distinction there, right? For example, I can desire to have something to eat right now, right? And then I go inside and there's nothing there, right? Now, in that moment, I have a choice, if I am aware, and I have either attached to that desire or not. If I have attached to the desire of eating, once I become aware that there is nothing to eat, then there will be conflict there. There will be an amount, whether small or large, of suffering there, right? Because I have said, not only do I desire this, but I need this in order to feel content, in order to feel good, in order to feel happy or fulfilled. I need this, is what I've told myself if I am attached to it. If I'm desiring it, then it is just a want. It is not a need, right? And that is understood, meaning that I was hungry, I walk inside, nothing's there. There is no restriction, there is no suffering. I either now go to get something to eat somewhere else through a new desire, but I do not linger on the old desire, which creates the suffering. A common experience that continues to come up with people that I talk to with attachment is relationships, right? And I would like to talk to this because I feel that a lot of people do not understand how to be in a relationship and not be attached, right? And this is something that I resonate with, as I have been in many relationships where I've been very attached. And the difference is this. And this is not just in relationships, this is with all attachment, right? As I just mentioned before as well. If you are unable to realize that this moment is perfect, right? If you are unable to realize that this moment, life, being alive, being here, regardless of where here is, and regardless of where I am or what I'm doing, just the fact of me existing is enough. Me existing by myself is enough. Then your ability to not attach to things, including people in relationships, becomes impossible. Because now you start to give happiness, you start to give your worth, you start to give this idea of the moment being enough to something else or someone else or a future present moment that isn't real. Okay, so you're in a relationship with someone and you feel that without them, this moment is not good enough. And so you will feel what it is like to believe that. Not that it is true, but you will feel what it is like to believe that. And some of you may be saying, but what do you mean? Like, what do you mean it's not true? Like, I love this person, and if this person wasn't here, who I love, then how could I be as happy as I am with this person? Okay? I understand how you could feel that way, but what I have come to understand, not only through my experience, but through observing many, many other people in their experience, is that your happiness, your peace, has not been achieved through them coming into your life, although you may have perceived it that way, right? Your peace and your happiness has come from within, from what you believe and from what you're telling yourself when that person is in your life. Life is good enough now. I am enough now. I can feel loved now. These things are still a reality without this person in your life. All those questions can be answered without that person in your life. And if you haven't experienced this yet, then that is a direct correlation as to why you don't feel that that is a reality, because it hasn't been a reality for you yet. You have found all of your worth or happiness through someone else or through something else, right? And so attachment is directly linked to your ability to be happy in every moment, to be content and peaceful in every moment, without this idea that once I get this, whether this is food, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a job, once I get this, then it will be better. Then I will be happier. Then life will be okay. And now you see that what you have done is you've projected your desire to a future desire, right? Which they always are, okay? And so then now you have a space between where you are and this future desire. Now, if you think that this desire that is in the future, that is not real yet, will make your life better than what it is now, then now will not feel as good as this, as what you think this is. And then if you do not get this, right? Or if something happens to this, you break up, there is no food, you don't get the job, then now you have told yourself already that now is not good enough. And now you don't have that possibility of that desire anymore. And so life without that apparently is not good enough for you. And so you will feel what it is like to believe that. Not that it is true, but that is what you will feel. I hope this has brought some clarity to the difference between a desire and attachments, or something that you want and being attached to something that you want. And I would invite you to start to observe yourself in these experiences and start to step into different experiences. Once you notice attachments, it's not about running away from them. Start to explore your attachments. Why? What are the stories you're telling yourself about this thing that causes suffering in this moment? And through that, you will be able to liberate yourself through the truth, which is, this moment is enough. You are enough in this moment. Nothing is needed, but it's okay to want and desire. Infinite love to you all.